Hi, Wycliffe Barrett here from Xplane Dedicated. Today we're going to have two presenters. I'll tell you all about it after the trailer.
Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo with it.
November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude.
2,000 feet on 1014 Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo, the standard for 60, so climb not above, initially not above 4,000 feet on the QNH 1014.
4,000 feet, Bravo Bravo.
Correct, what's your requested routing?
Let's go amend direct.
521 ready, cleared, right to go.
Hi, I hope you enjoyed the trailer. I just love that film from Thomas Rasmussen, and thank you once again, Thomas. So today I said we're going to have a special vlog. Two presenters, that's myself, Wycliffe Barrett. I'm going to be doing the cold and dark start in the Flight Factor 757, and Emma Bentley, she's going to be doing the cold and dark start in the Airbus A350 from Flight Factor. So you've got a double Flight Factor day. Here we are at Manchester Airport, and this is the new Manchester Airport that's being created by Emma Bentley and Einstein. This will be released soon in the near future. I'll tell you about that another day. Anyway, Flight Factor 757 on the ground at Manchester Airport. The ground cart is attached, as is the GP unit as well. So we'll just get inside the aircraft and start it right up here a moment. So just go into the overhead. And the first thing we need to do is make sure that the parking brake is on. Just scroll down. Yeah, parking brake is on, no problem at all. So first things first, let's get the battery switch on. So open that up, and straight away you hear the noise there. So battery switch is on. Standby power select will turn to auto. Get rid of that. Yeah, we don't want to listen to him, but he will be moaning about temperature in the cabin, etc. So we'll just turn that up. That'll just stop him from keep calling me. After that, of course, a hydraulic panel, all switches should be off apart from the left and right primary engine pump switches. So turn those on. There we go. And from there, make sure the APU bleed is off. APU bleed is off. Yes. Rotate the APU to on, and then off to start. And we can hear that starting. APU gen switch on, and we can leave external power. It says it's available, but we'll leave it off because we're now running on APU. Now, the thing with the Flight Factor Boeing 757, to get both engines running, you've got to have the ground cart attached and the GP unit attached. Otherwise, you'll only get one engine running. Okay, now we start our up-down sequence, and this starts down in the bottom left-hand side here at the hydraulic panel, and all we need to do is switch one switch, which is the right electronic hydraulic pump, to on. Okay, EEC switches need to be on. Turn those on there, lifting the covers. Yaw dampers on. Even though it doesn't say anything, they are on. And then turn the IRS or the IRS mode select to nav. Okay, that takes about 10 minutes for those to align, etc, etc. Coming to the next panel, we need to go down. So this is down the second overhead panel. Make sure all these lights are on. The emergency door light, etc. The evac control panel. Push to test the evac light. It's armed. Yep. Moving down to the battery panel, we know that we've got batteries on, and standby power is at auto. That's good. Okay. APU gen is on. External power is off. Bus ties. Turn those on. The utility bus on. Yep. Left generator continuous, right generator continuous. General drive disconnects, turn those on. So that's down that one. Whoops. This panel stayed up. Now we need to go up the next one. So we can turn some lights on there. We don't need to turn on landing lights, etc. We'll put wing and anti-ice on just as a matter of caution, so to speak. Coming up to fuel pumps. So turn all of these on. We can put the cross feeds on if we want. There's no fuel in the center tank, so turn that off. Okay. Moving up here, engines to auto. Okay. Emergency light select, armed. Engine igniters on. Okay. Right, so down the next panel. Whoops. Down the next panel. So coming down the next panel, lights, window heat on rather, window heat is on. No smoking and seatbelt signs on. Okay, pressurization to auto 2. And then there's cabin charts and dome lights, we don't need that. Logo we can turn on, and the flight deck door is locked. Okay, we can do the indicator light test. All the lights testing there. Now it's the 5th overhead panel. Those lights go out. So the 5th overhead panel we're going up. So bleed air panel, bleed air on, valve open, isolate, and you see the bleed air went up then very quickly. Air conditioning packs to auto, and trim air on. Recirculation fans on as well. Okay, we're ready to start the engines, so just before we do that we need to make sure the red anti-collision lights are on, check, and pack selectors need to be turned off, so turn these off. Okay, cancel the ECAS, that's cancelled. Okay, and now we're ready to start engines, sir. So, starting engines now. Engine start left is selected, so turn the engine start switch to ground and check the ICAS, hang on, and you can see everything's coming up, and what we need is N3 to be at 25%, and then we can start the fuel flow. So it's just coming up, 13, 14, just a few more seconds. Whilst we're doing that, we quickly scan around, make sure everything's okay, everything's fine, and here we go, coming up to 25% on N3 now, and start fuel flow. There we go, fuel flow, and I believe that is the auto gate moving away. There we go. Engine is started, just check, we can get rid of that. We'll wait until we've done the thingy. Should have gotten rid of the stairs passenger bus earlier, but not to worry. So we'll go up here now, turn to the right, turn to the left, and check in for N3. N3's coming up, soon be at 25%. It seems to take ages to get to 25, but it's actually moving quite quickly there. Here we go, 20% now, just a couple more seconds, and then we'll lift the fuel up. There we go. 2 engines started, no comments in the ECAS, everything's fine. Once again, packs to auto. There we go, packs to auto, and we're good to go by the looks of it. I'll just quickly do this position initialization. So we were at EGCC, put that down there, that in there, close that, and of course you see the primary flight display and the primary navigation display is now lit. Well, I hope you found that helpful, the startup of the cold and dark Boeing 757 from Flight Factor. We're going to move on to part 2 now with Emma Bentley and the A350 from Flight Factor.
Good afternoon everybody, this is Emma Bentley of Flight Factor Aero and Xplane Dedicated. Today I would like to do a cold dark start for you in the Airbus A350, also produced by Flight Factor. So here we are at Manchester Airport, sitting on stand, I do believe it is 202. This scenery is produced by myself for Xplane Dedicated and will be released at some point in the very, very near future. Right, as we make it into the aircraft here, an awful lot of LCD displays in this aircraft, as you can see. Okay, first place we need to go is to the overhead, and we will need to turn the batteries on. So battery 1, emergency battery, battery 2, and until the batteries on. Of course we can now hear that the overhead and the fans have started, so we now need to extinguish pretty much all of the lights which say off. So we're having section wireless for mobile communications, recording, mapping camera. Now we move down a bit to the vents, all the vents to on, the hydraulic pumps all go to on. Don't worry about the fact they all read faults currently. Now I'm going to go from fuel, they all going to on. Extinguish all of the fuel lights. Now onto electrical generation systems. So bus ties is now on. Now we need to put the APU jam. We need to click that once, as we will need that later in the startup procedure. So the APU, back systems, gallery, visual hoops, and the NSS systems, data link, all done. Notice how we are moving down panel here. So now over to the oxygen supplies on. Most important things left. The packs for the cargo air conditioning as well. The flows to normal water. Cabin pressures. Okay, now what we can do, you see the section here, which is the lights and the APU. We need to start the APU master, so the APU is now starting. We will see that when we turn the battery switches on, the majority of the systems have started to come alive already. So we need to wait for the APU to be available, which will take a couple of moments. Okay, APU is on, waiting for the available sign, and there we go. As you just saw, the flicker now indicates that the APU is started, everything is sorted. Okay, we now need to pick the APU bleed on, as we will need that for the air conditioning systems and to start the engines. So, while we're here, we can click all the lights on the aircraft, extinguish the cabin control lights when enabled. So it's all going on now. Semi-bus, seatbelts, engine signature, that is all on. Okay, right. We now need to go over to the left-hand multifunction display to the lights on here. Now, there are two ways of aligning the INS. If we align the INS automatically, all you have to do is click this button here. As we're not ready to do that just yet, we will go down to the lower display. As you can see, here is the checklists, and here is the main multifunction display. So what we need to do is, we need to click FMS1, go down to surveillance, status and switches. We now need to turn all these systems on. Doesn't matter what system we use. Now we go to controls. All of these selected on TCAS, TRS, faster line, which we're doing quick, and there is the slower line, which means you have to enter coordinates into the low multifunctions way, which is here. For the purpose of this video, we will use the force line as you will a long time. So, force aligned IRS, which now indicates the IRS is enabled. You can change the nav settings, mark, put airport on, into the airports, there. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, I'll be starting the airport up. So, we need to turn the anti-skid systems on. Brake fan can stay off. Now, we need to turn the engine ignition to start, and we need to start engine 2. Flick the engine 2 switch. As you can see, the M2 is now rising, so is the M3. Slowly increase until the M1 starts turning. As you can see, it's 6% at this time. Go down to the second engine, always keep ignition on for this sequence. So we're starting engine 1. So now you can see into temperature begin to rise. Now the M1 has started turning into the engine. Exhaust gas temperature is increasing. This fuel is now injection into the engine. And there we go, that is engine started. We now have the ability to turn the EPU off. So we go up. EPU is off. There's the switch off, which disengages the EPU and just that switch. That is basically it for the starting of the A350. Most Airbus is still the same, so this procedure more than likely will continue for 30 years. Okay, well, I hope I was able to help you with that. This is kind of a flight factor error, signing off, and I hope to see you on any of our live streams. Cheerio.
Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo with it.
November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude.
2,000 feet on 1014 Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo, descending for 60, so climb not above, initially not above 4,000 feet on the QNH 1014.
4,000 feet, Bravo Bravo.
Correct. What's your requested routing?
Let's go and then direct.
521 ready, cleared.